Every great achievement begins as a dream, a vision of what could be, a flicker of possibility that sparks within us and refuses to be ignored. Dreams are not idle fantasies. They are the blueprints of our potential, the whispers of what we are capable of achieving. Yet, a dream left unacted upon remains nothing more than imagination. The bridge between dreams and reality is action, fueled by courage, persistence, and belief. To transform your life today, you must first acknowledge the power of your vision and commit to bringing it into existence with deliberate, purposeful steps. Vision ignites action because it gives your life direction. Without a clear picture of what you want to achieve, every step you take risks being aimless. When you can see your dream vividly, feel it, experience it in your mind, and believe it is possible, you activate a force within yourself that guides every choice and motivates every effort. Vision transforms uncertainty into purpose and provides the clarity necessary to distinguish what truly matters from distractions that consume time and energy. It is this clarity that allows small, consistent actions to accumulate into monumental results, turning what once seemed distant and unattainable into something within reach. But vision alone is not enough. To realize dreams, you must choose courage over comfort. Growth does not happen in familiar, safe spaces. It emerges when you step beyond the boundaries of what is comfortable and confront the unknown. Every time you act despite fear, speak your truth, or pursue a path that challenges you, you strengthen your capacity for resilience and determination. Comfort offers temporary relief, but courage creates lasting transformation. Those who embrace discomfort as part of the journey discover their strength, sharpen their skills, and expand their potential far beyond what they previously imagined. Persistence is equally essential because talent without perseverance often falls short. While natural ability can provide an initial advantage, it is consistent effort, day after day, that shapes mastery. Every obstacle becomes a lesson, every setback an opportunity to adapt and improve. Persistence is the quiet force that carries you through challenges when motivation wanes, and when immediate results are invisible. It is through relentless dedication that dreams take shape, demonstrating that the distance between potential and achievement is traveled not by luck, but by unwavering commitment and repeated action. Learning, adapting, and evolving are the tools that refine your journey. Life will not follow a straight path, and unexpected challenges will test your resolve. To succeed, you must be willing to learn from every experience, adapt strategies when needed, and evolve continuously. Mistakes are not failures, they are feedback, guiding you to better decisions, smarter approaches, and greater resilience. Those who embrace growth remain flexible and open, turning obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones toward a higher level of achievement. Evolution is not optional. It is the natural consequence of applying what you learn, adjusting course, and striving for improvement at every stage. Empowering your mindset is another pillar of transformation. Your thoughts shape your reality, and a mind fueled by belief, focus, and determination becomes unstoppable. An empowered mindset cultivates confidence, resilience, and clarity, allowing you to act decisively even in the face of uncertainty. By taking ownership of your thoughts and deliberately nurturing positive, growth-oriented patterns, you transform fear into motivation, doubt into determination, and intention into tangible action. Your mindset is not fixed. It can be strengthened, sharpened, and aligned with your vision, providing the mental foundation necessary to turn dreams into reality. Ultimately, transformation depends on action, taking steps today, not tomorrow. Every plan, goal, and vision exists only as potential until it is paired with decisive, deliberate effort. Action creates momentum, builds confidence, and produces results that reinforce belief in your ability to succeed. Waiting for the perfect conditions or the right moment delays progress and allows fear and doubt to grow. By choosing to act now, you seize control of your life, creating opportunities and turning aspiration into achievement. Each small step compounds, each decision propels you forward, and each moment of engagement with your dream brings it closer to reality. Transformation is not a distant promise. It begins the moment you commit to your vision, embrace courage, persist through challenges, learn from experiences, empower your mindset, and take action. Every day is an opportunity to close the gap between who you are and who you are capable of becoming. Dreams are not meant to remain in the realm of imagination. They are meant to be realized, lived, and celebrated. The journey requires dedication, resilience, and relentless focus, but the reward is a life aligned with purpose, potential, and possibility. By choosing to act today, by stepping beyond comfort, persevering through setbacks, learning continuously, and cultivating a mindset of empowerment, you activate the forces necessary to transform your life. Dreams are the spark, but action is the flame that sustains them. Vision guides, courage drives, persistence sustains, and mindset empowers. Each moment you commit to this path, each decision you make in alignment with your goals, brings your dreams closer to reality, proving that transformation is not only possible, but inevitable for those who refuse to wait and choose to act. Every great achievement, every groundbreaking invention, every story of personal transformation begins with a vision. It starts as a flicker of possibility in the mind, a dream that whispers to us about what could be, a glimpse of the life we desire or the change we wish to create. Vision is the seed from which all action grows, the invisible blueprint that guides every decision, every effort, and every step we take toward turning our aspirations into reality. Without it, we drift aimlessly, reacting to life rather than shaping it, letting circumstances dictate our path rather than our intentions. When we dare to visualize the life we want, we give ourselves a target, a North Star that illuminates the way forward, even in moments of uncertainty or difficulty. Vision is not merely wishful thinking. It is a deliberate act of imagination coupled with intention. It requires clarity, a vivid picture of where we want to be, what we want to achieve, and the impact we want to make. This clarity allows us to distinguish between what is essential and what is merely a distraction, to prioritize our energy on actions that propel us forward rather than dissipate our efforts. The act of envisioning transforms abstract desires into concrete objectives, and objectives into actionable plans. When we truly see our dreams in detail, imagine the sights, sounds, emotions, and experiences of living that reality, we create a magnetic force that pulls us toward it, influencing not only our thoughts but also our behaviors and decisions. The power of vision lies in its ability to ignite action, because it bridges the gap between imagination and execution. A dream without a clear vision is like a ship without a rudder, drifting endlessly without direction. When we have a vision, every step we take, no matter how small, becomes purposeful. Vision fuels motivation and resilience. It reminds us why we began, why we continue despite setbacks, and why the effort is worth it. It provides a lens through which we interpret challenges not as obstacles that block our path, but as necessary steps that refine our abilities, deepen our understanding, and strengthen our determination. Moreover, vision transforms ordinary tasks into meaningful actions. When we understand the greater picture and see how each small step contributes to our larger goal, even mundane tasks acquire significance. Completing that report, making that phone call, learning that new skill, all of it becomes part of the mosaic of our vision. Action, in this sense, is not random or reactive. It is a deliberate, focused expression of purpose. Vision allows us to align our daily habits with our long-term goals, creating consistency and momentum. Over time, these aligned actions accumulate, compounding into progress that is visible, tangible, and transformative. Vision also fuels creativity and problem-solving. When we are deeply committed to a compelling vision, we begin to see possibilities where others see limitations. Obstacles become opportunities for innovation, setbacks become lessons, and challenges spark new ideas. A clear vision gives us the courage to experiment, to take calculated risks, and to pursue unconventional paths because we are guided by the certainty of our destination, even if the road is unclear. It inspires resourcefulness, resilience, and determination, qualities essential to turning dreams into reality. The process of acting on vision is not always linear or easy. It requires discipline, focus, and a willingness to endure discomfort. Vision motivates us to rise before the world, to push beyond excuses, and to persist when progress seems slow. It is a reminder that every great accomplishment in history started with someone daring to imagine what did not yet exist, and then refusing to wait passively for it to materialize. They acted with intention, sometimes daily, sometimes moment by moment, knowing that the accumulation of small, consistent efforts was what would ultimately bring their vision to life. Importantly, vision is not static. It evolves as we grow, learn, and experience life. The initial vision sparks action, and as we act, we gain clarity, insight, and refinement. We adjust our trajectory, incorporate new knowledge, and expand our dreams. Action fueled by vision becomes a feedback loop. Our vision drives our efforts, and our efforts deepen and refine our vision. This dynamic process is what allows personal growth, transformation, and the achievement of goals that once seemed impossible. When we embrace vision as the starting point of every endeavor, we tap into an internal power that transcends external circumstances. Challenges may arise, failures may occur, and obstacles may appear insurmountable, but a clear vision reminds us of our purpose and keeps us moving forward. It ignites action by creating a compelling why, a reason so powerful that it propels us through fear, doubt, and hesitation. Vision turns uncertainty into opportunity, fear into courage, and potential into reality. It is the invisible force that transforms intention into movement, dreams into plans, and plans into achievements. Courage over comfort is the principle that separates a life of potential from a life of stagnation. Every moment we are faced with a choice to stay within the boundaries of what feels safe and familiar, or to step into the unknown where growth, opportunity, and transformation reside. Comfort is tempting, it is cozy, predictable, and often provides a sense of security. But it is within courage, in the moments when we challenge ourselves, confront fear, and risk failure, that life expands in ways we never imagined. Choosing courage over comfort is not an occasional act, but a continuous practice, a mindset that shapes the trajectory of our personal and professional lives. It demands an awareness that growth is rarely convenient, and that progress often lies just beyond the edge of familiarity. The essence of courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. Comfort offers temporary relief, shielding us from uncertainty and risk, but it also limits our horizons. Staying within our comfort zones creates an illusion of safety, yet it prevents us from discovering our true capabilities. Courage calls us to confront discomfort, to lean into situations that challenge our beliefs, skills, and patience. It asks us to say yes when we instinctively want to say no, to take steps when every instinct whispers that standing still is safer. Each act of courage, no matter how small, builds confidence, resilience, and momentum, reinforcing the belief that we are capable of far more than we previously imagined. Courage over comfort requires self-awareness and intentionality. It demands that we recognize the moments when comfort is holding us back and consciously choose action instead. This could be as simple as speaking up in a meeting, expressing a difficult truth, or pursuing a dream that seems out of reach. It could mean leaving a secure job to follow a passion, relocating to a new city, or confronting personal habits that no longer serve us. Each courageous step disrupts complacency and expands our capacity for growth. Over time, these decisions accumulate, transforming not just our circumstances but our character, strengthening our resolve and deepening our understanding of ourselves. One of the most profound aspects of courage is its ability to inspire others. When we choose courage over comfort, we create ripples that extend far beyond our own lives. Others witness the bravery required to act despite fear and are reminded that they too can step beyond their limitations. Courage has a contagious effect, encouraging a culture of risk-taking, innovation, and authenticity. People who lead with courage inspire trust, respect, and admiration because they demonstrate a commitment to values and aspirations that transcend personal convenience. By prioritizing courage, we not only transform our own lives, but also create an environment where others feel empowered to pursue their potential. Choosing courage over comfort often involves navigating uncertainty and facing the possibility of failure. Yet failure is not the opposite of courage. It is an inevitable companion on the path to growth. Courage embraces failure as a teacher, understanding that setbacks provide feedback, build resilience, and reveal the strength within us. Each misstep becomes a lesson, an opportunity to refine strategies, enhance skills, and clarify purpose. The discomfort of failure is temporary, but the lessons it imparts are permanent. Those who consistently choose courage develop the ability to persevere, to adapt, and to remain committed to their vision despite obstacles and setbacks. The journey toward prioritizing courage requires mental fortitude and discipline. It is easy to remain passive, to settle into habits that feel safe and effortless, and to avoid the effort required to grow. Courage demands that we confront our inner doubts, negative self-talk, and fears of judgment or rejection. It requires stepping out when the path is unclear and persisting when progress seems slow. Each act of courage strengthens the mind, builds resilience, and creates a sense of empowerment that reinforces the ability to continue facing challenges. The more we practice courage, the more natural it becomes, and the more our comfort zone expands to accommodate higher levels of growth and achievement. Courage over comfort also involves vulnerability. To be courageous is to open oneself to uncertainty, to expose dreams, ideas, or emotions that may be judged, challenged, or misunderstood. Vulnerability is uncomfortable, yet it is essential for authentic growth. By embracing vulnerability, we allow ourselves to take risks, to innovate, and to form deeper connections with others. The combination of courage and vulnerability produces a life that is rich, meaningful, and aligned with our true purpose, rather than constrained by fear or the desire to please others. Ultimately, prioritizing courage over comfort reshapes how we perceive challenges. Discomfort becomes a sign of opportunity, fear becomes a signal for growth, and uncertainty becomes an invitation to discover new possibilities. Courage transforms the mundane into the extraordinary, turning obstacles into stepping stones and limitations into gateways. By consistently choosing courage, we create momentum, develop resilience, and unlock potential that would remain dormant if we allowed comfort to dictate our choices. Each decision to act bravely reinforces a mindset that life is not meant to be merely endured, but embraced with intention, passion, and boldness. Persistence beats talent because natural ability, while valuable, is not the ultimate determinant of success. Talent can open doors, provide initial advantages, and make certain tasks easier, but it is persistence that carries individuals across the finish line when challenges arise. Talent without consistent effort often stagnates, while relentless dedication can overcome limitations and produce results that surpass initial expectations. Persistence is the quality that turns potential into achievement, vision into reality, and aspiration into accomplishment. It is the steady engine that drives progress, even in the face of setbacks, obstacles, or apparent failure. The power of persistence lies in its cumulative effect. Small, repeated actions compound over time, gradually building skills, knowledge, and experience. Talent may offer a head start, but without consistent effort, that advantage diminishes. Persistence ensures continuous improvement, even when progress is slow or imperceptible in the short term. Each effort reinforces the next, creating momentum that sustains long-term success. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who do not is often not raw ability, but the willingness to keep moving forward when others give up. Persistence is rooted in mindset. It requires a belief in the value of effort and the understanding that obstacles are not permanent barriers, but temporary challenges to overcome. Individuals who persist embrace a growth mindset, seeing failure and difficulty as opportunities to learn and develop, rather than as reflections of innate inadequacy. They understand that talent may set the stage, but deliberate practice, repeated effort, and unyielding commitment create mastery. By maintaining focus on long-term goals and resisting the temptation of immediate comfort or distraction, persistent individuals steadily close the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Consistency is a hallmark of persistence. It is the willingness to show up day after day, to put in the work even when motivation wanes, and to maintain discipline in the face of fatigue or discouragement. Talent may yield sporadic success, but it is persistence that produces reliability and results over time. Each small action, though it may seem insignificant in isolation, accumulates to produce substantial outcomes. Writing a page a day, practicing a skill for 30 minutes, making incremental improvements. These are the acts of persistence that transform dreams into achievements. Talent without consistent action is often wasted potential, while persistence maximizes every ounce of ability available. Persistence also fosters resilience. Challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable in any worthwhile pursuit, and it is persistence that allows individuals to recover and continue. Talented individuals may falter when faced with difficulties, relying solely on natural ability to carry them through, whereas persistent individuals view difficulties as part of the process. Each obstacle becomes a lesson, each failure an opportunity to adapt, and each disappointment a chance to refine strategies. Persistence builds the mental fortitude necessary to endure long-term challenges and maintain focus on the ultimate goal, creating a foundation for sustainable success. Another key aspect of persistence is patience. Immediate results are rare in meaningful endeavors, and the ability to continue despite delayed gratification is essential. Persistent individuals understand that mastery, innovation, and achievement require time, practice, and repeated effort. They celebrate incremental progress, knowing that each small step contributes to the larger objective. Talent alone may produce flashes of brilliance, but without the patience and perseverance to continue refining and improving, brilliance fades and potential remains unfulfilled. Persistence ensures that effort aligns with ambition, steadily advancing toward long-term success. Persistence also encourages continuous learning and adaptation. Those who persist are constantly seeking ways to improve, experimenting with new approaches, and refining techniques to achieve better results. Talent may allow initial success, but it does not guarantee growth. Persistent individuals leverage each experience, success or failure, as a lesson, using feedback to adjust and evolve. This iterative process of effort, reflection, and adaptation amplifies the impact of persistence, ensuring that progress is not stagnant, but continuously moving forward. Over time, this dedication transforms abilities, enhances competence, and produces outcomes that far exceed what talent alone could achieve. Moreover, persistence builds credibility and trust. People who consistently demonstrate dedication and effort earn the respect of peers, mentors, and collaborators. They are seen as reliable, committed, and determined, qualities that attract opportunities and resources. Talent may inspire admiration, but persistence commands respect. It signals that an individual is willing to endure challenges, invest time, and maintain focus on achieving meaningful results, qualities that are critical for long-term success in any field. Persistence is also empowering. It shifts the focus from what one lacks to what one can do. While talent is often viewed as a fixed resource, persistence is a choice available to everyone. It reinforces the idea that effort matters more than innate ability, that consistent action can overcome limitations, and that progress is the result of determination rather than luck or natural gifts. By cultivating persistence, individuals take control of their destiny, relying on effort and resilience to create opportunities and achieve their goals. Ultimately, persistence beats talent because it transforms potential into performance, dreams into results, and obstacles into stepping stones. It is the unwavering commitment to action in the face of adversity, the refusal to surrender when progress is slow, and the dedication to continuous effort that defines success. While talent may provide a head start, persistence carries individuals further, enabling them to reach heights that natural ability alone could never achieve. Learning, adapting, and evolving are the essential processes through which individuals and organizations transform challenges into opportunities, potential into achievement, and ideas into reality. Life is an ever-changing landscape, filled with unexpected circumstances, obstacles, and shifts that demand flexibility and growth. Those who remain static in their knowledge habits or thinking risk falling behind, while those who embrace a mindset of continuous learning position themselves to navigate complexity, seize opportunities, and thrive in an unpredictable world. Learning is the foundation, adapting is the response, evolving is the ultimate result. Learning begins with curiosity and a willingness to confront the unknown. It requires humility, the recognition that no matter how much we know, there is always more to discover. This mindset encourages exploration, questioning, and the pursuit of new skills, knowledge, and perspectives. Learning is not limited to formal education or structured training. It encompasses the lessons embedded in everyday experiences, successes, failures, and interactions. By actively seeking to understand the world around us, we expand our capacity to respond to challenges and identify opportunities that others may overlook. Learning is the fuel that empowers us to move beyond the limitations of habit, assumption, or past experiences. Adaptation is the next critical step. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned, and circumstances often demand flexibility. Adapting requires the ability to assess new information, recognize changing conditions, and modify strategies accordingly. It is the bridge between knowledge and action, transforming what we learn into practical solutions. Adaptation is not passive, it is an active, deliberate process of adjusting behaviors, decisions, and approaches to align with evolving circumstances. Those who master adaptation maintain resilience in the face of uncertainty, embracing change rather than resisting it. They recognize that rigidity limits growth, while flexibility expands opportunities and fosters innovation. The process of adapting effectively depends on self-awareness and reflection. After acquiring new knowledge, it is necessary to evaluate how it applies to current situations and what modifications are required. This reflection allows individuals to identify what works, what does not, and what can be improved. By integrating learning into practical adjustments, we create a dynamic feedback loop where knowledge informs action and experience informs knowledge. Adaptation ensures that learning is not theoretical but functional, continuously enhancing our ability to navigate the world and overcome obstacles. Evolving is the culmination of learning and adapting. It represents the transformation that occurs when knowledge and flexibility are applied consistently over time. Evolution is not simply change, it is deliberate growth and expansion of capabilities, mindset, and impact. Those who evolve continuously refine their skills, develop deeper insights, and cultivate greater resilience. They do not remain fixed in their comfort zones or outdated methods, but actively pursue progress, integrating lessons learned and adjustments made into a higher level of competence and understanding. Evolution is a measure of both personal and professional maturity, reflecting the capacity to integrate experience, respond to challenges, and emerge stronger and more capable. The interplay between learning, adapting, and evolving creates a powerful cycle. Each cycle builds upon the previous one, producing incremental improvements that accumulate into significant transformation. A single experience may teach a lesson, but repeated application and adjustment lead to mastery. Each adaptation strengthens resilience and sharpens judgment, and each evolution expands potential and broadens perspective. This cyclical process ensures that growth is not static but continuous, allowing individuals to thrive in environments of increasing complexity and uncertainty. Learning, adapting, and evolving also require courage and openness. Learning demands the willingness to admit what we do not know and to challenge our assumptions. Adapting requires the courage to change course, try new approaches, and take risks that may not guarantee immediate success. Evolving demands patience, perseverance, and a commitment to long-term growth even when progress is incremental or setbacks occur. Without these qualities, the cycle of growth stagnates and potential remains unrealized. Embracing uncertainty and change is essential to harnessing the full power of this process. Another key aspect of this cycle is the integration of feedback. Feedback, whether from external sources such as mentors, peers, or colleagues, or from internal reflection on experiences and outcomes, is critical for effective learning and adaptation. Constructive feedback provides insights that illuminate blind spots, highlight areas for improvement, and reveal opportunities for innovation. Those who actively seek, accept, and apply feedback accelerate their growth and enhance their ability to evolve. Feedback transforms learning from a passive accumulation of knowledge into an actionable process that drives continuous improvement. The capacity to learn, adapt, and evolve also fosters innovation and problem solving. In a world where challenges are complex and solutions are rarely linear, the ability to assimilate new information, adjust strategies, and iterate toward better outcomes is invaluable. Those who embrace this approach are not limited by past experience or fixed thinking, but are empowered to explore new possibilities, experiment with ideas, and develop creative solutions. Evolution in this sense is both personal and practical, producing individuals and organizations that are agile, resilient, and capable of thriving in dynamic environments. Ultimately, the principles of learning, adapting, and evolving cultivate a mindset that transforms obstacles into opportunities and stagnation into growth. By committing to continuous education, embracing change, and integrating lessons into progressive action, individuals build the foundation for sustained success and meaningful impact. This mindset encourages curiosity, flexibility, and resilience, equipping individuals to navigate uncertainty with confidence and purpose. to turn challenges into stepping stones, and to pursue excellence with intention. Empowering your mindset is one of the most transformative steps anyone can take to change the course of their life. The mind is the lens through which we interpret reality, the filter that shapes how we respond to challenges, opportunities, and experiences. A disempowered mindset can limit potential, foster self-doubt, and create invisible barriers that prevent progress, while an empowered mindset unlocks possibilities, cultivates resilience, and drives meaningful action. It is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending that life is always easy. It is about cultivating beliefs, habits, and thought patterns that enhance personal growth, strengthen determination, and guide consistent effort toward one's goals. At its core, an empowered mindset is rooted in self-awareness. Understanding how your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes influence behavior is the first step in harnessing mental power. Often, we are unaware of the internal narratives that shape our actions, such as limiting beliefs that tell us we are not capable or that success is out of reach. By examining these narratives and questioning their validity, we can replace them with constructive beliefs that support growth, confidence, and purpose. This process requires honesty, reflection, and the willingness to confront mental patterns that may have been formed over years, sometimes without conscious choice, and that silently dictate decisions and outcomes. Positive beliefs are only part of an empowered mindset. Equally important is cultivating a sense of responsibility and ownership over one's life. People with empowered mindsets recognize that while they cannot control every circumstance, they can control how they respond. They do not wait for external conditions or other people to create success. They take initiative, make deliberate choices, and act consistently in alignment with their goals. Empowerment comes from understanding that action, not circumstance, determines progress, and that even small, intentional steps accumulate into meaningful results. By taking ownership of one's life, the mind becomes a source of agency and strength rather than a passive observer of events. An empowered mindset is also characterized by adaptability and resilience. Challenges, setbacks, and failures are inevitable, but how we interpret and respond to them determines whether they hinder or propel growth. Those with empowered mindsets view difficulties not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to learn, improve, and develop new strategies. Resilience is cultivated through repeated practice in overcoming adversity, reframing failures as lessons, and maintaining confidence in one's abilities despite temporary setbacks. Empowerment is strengthened when we realize that challenges are not personal judgments on our worth or capability, but tests of perseverance, creativity, and determination. Self-talk plays a significant role in shaping an empowered mindset. The inner dialogue that accompanies our thoughts can either limit or expand potential. When self-talk is negative, judgmental, or defeatist, it reinforces doubt and fear. When self-talk is constructive, encouraging, and solution-oriented, it strengthens confidence and motivates action. Training the mind to consistently generate empowering thoughts involves conscious effort, repetition, and awareness of automatic reactions. Over time, this practice rewires the mind, creating patterns of thinking that naturally support growth, resilience, and achievement. Empowering your mindset also involves a commitment to continuous learning and personal development. An open, growth-oriented mind recognizes that skills, knowledge, and abilities can always be expanded. This mindset embraces curiosity, seeks new perspectives, and actively pursues knowledge that enhances competence and confidence. By viewing challenges as opportunities to learn rather than threats to ability, individuals reinforce mental empowerment and strengthen their capacity to adapt to changing circumstances. Learning, in this context, is not limited to formal education, but includes the lessons of experience, observation, reflection, and experimentation. Another essential component of an empowered mindset is goal orientation. Clear, meaningful goals provide direction and purpose, giving the mind a framework for decision-making and action. Empowered individuals define what success means to them personally, establish objectives that align with their values, and design actionable steps to achieve those goals. Goals focus mental energy, reduce indecision, and provide motivation, even in the face of difficulties. The clarity and determination that come from goal setting strengthen confidence and reinforce the belief that effort leads to tangible outcomes. Empowering your mindset also requires surrounding yourself with influences that support growth. The people we interact with, the information we consume, and the environments we inhabit shape our thinking. Engaging with individuals who inspire, challenge, and encourage personal development reinforces empowering beliefs, while environments filled with negativity or self-doubt can undermine progress. Choosing associations and inputs that elevate thinking is a deliberate act of mental self-care, cultivating an ecosystem that nurtures resilience, creativity, and determination. Finally, an empowered mindset is characterized by persistence and consistency. Thoughts alone do not transform lives, they must be coupled with deliberate action. An empowered mind motivates deliberate, consistent effort, turning intention into tangible outcomes. The combination of belief, clarity, resilience, and disciplined action produces results that reinforce confidence, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of empowerment. With each success, the mind strengthens, patterns of thought shift positively, and the capacity to face new challenges grows. Empowerment is cultivated over time through repeated choices to act courageously, think constructively, and persist relentlessly. Taking action today is the decisive step that transforms ideas, dreams, and intentions into tangible results. Every goal, no matter how well conceived or passionately imagined, remains abstract until it is paired with deliberate, consistent action. Planning, visualization, and preparation are important, but they are insufficient on their own. Progress is achieved only when thought translates into movement, when the gap between intention and execution is bridged. Taking action today means committing to the present moment as the starting point, recognizing that the future is shaped by the choices we make right now. The power of immediate action lies in its ability to overcome inertia. Procrastination is one of the greatest barriers to progress, and delaying action allows fear, doubt, and uncertainty to gain strength. Each day spent waiting or hesitating reinforces habits of inaction, eroding confidence and momentum. By choosing to act today, we break the cycle of delay and begin to cultivate a habit of initiative. Even small steps taken consistently have a compounding effect over time, producing progress that eventually becomes significant and transformative. Action is the catalyst that turns possibility into reality. Taking action today requires clarity and focus. It is not merely about being busy, it is about aligning effort with purpose. Understanding what needs to be done and prioritizing tasks that directly contribute to meaningful goals ensures that action is effective and impactful. Dispersed or unfocused efforts can create the illusion of progress without producing real results. Clarity allows individuals to channel energy efficiently, make deliberate decisions, and measure outcomes. When action is guided by purpose, every step, no matter how incremental, advances toward achievement and reinforces confidence in the ability to succeed. Courage is a critical component of taking action today. Fear of failure, judgment, or the unknown often delays initiation and undermines effort. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Those who take decisive action embrace uncertainty, understanding that mistakes, setbacks, and challenges are part of the process. Each action taken, even imperfectly, produces valuable feedback, lessons, and momentum. Courage transforms hesitation into progress and demonstrates that growth is achieved through bold, consistent steps rather than waiting for conditions to be perfect. Consistency amplifies the power of taking action. One isolated effort may yield limited results, but repeated, deliberate action produces exponential growth over time. Habits are formed through repetition, and sustained action builds skill, confidence, and resilience. Each task completed, each decision executed, and each step taken reinforces the capacity to act again, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of productivity and progress. Over time, consistent action transforms what once seemed daunting or impossible into achievable milestones and measurable achievements. Taking action today also requires accountability and commitment. When individuals commit to acting now rather than postponing responsibility, they strengthen discipline and self-trust. Accountability can be internal, through personal standards and goals, or external, through support networks, mentors, or collaborative structures that provide guidance and reinforcement. Committing to action establishes momentum, creates urgency, and mitigates the risk of complacency. Each act of follow-through reinforces the belief that progress is attainable through deliberate effort, and that results are earned through engagement rather than passive expectation. Another vital element of taking action today is adaptability. Action is rarely linear, and plans often encounter obstacles or require adjustment. The willingness to modify strategies, incorporate new information, and respond to challenges ensures that effort remains productive and aligned with objectives. Taking action does not imply rigid adherence to a single approach. It entails a dynamic process of implementation, assessment, and refinement. Flexibility allows individuals to maintain momentum even when circumstances change, transforming potential setbacks into opportunities for learning and growth. Action also fosters confidence. The process of doing, rather than merely planning or imagining, generates tangible evidence of capability. Each completed task, each step forward, reinforces the belief that goals are achievable. This confidence creates a virtuous cycle. As belief in one's abilities strengthens, action becomes easier, decisions become more decisive, and the capacity to tackle larger challenges expands. In contrast, waiting or overthinking often amplifies doubt, creating a barrier to progress. Action, even when imperfect, is the antidote to indecision and the foundation of self-assurance. Taking action today connects effort to opportunity. Many opportunities exist in potential, but only those who act are positioned to seize them. Waiting for ideal conditions often results in missed chances. As circumstances change, resources are limited, and timing shifts. Immediate action ensures that momentum is created, ideas are tested, and potential is realized. It is through action that resources, partnerships, and progress converge, transforming abstract goals into tangible outcomes. Finally, taking action today is a declaration of intent and ownership over one's life. It signals a willingness to engage with challenges, embrace responsibility, and pursue aspirations with determination. Action is the bridge between vision and reality, between possibility and achievement. Each moment in which we choose to act, rather than delay, strengthens our capacity to influence outcomes, overcome obstacles, and move closer to the life we envision. It is the practical expression of commitment, courage, and focus, translating ambition into meaningful, measurable progress.